Hi guys, Candy here with My Mobile Homestead. Today I'm going to show you my gluten-free pumpkin bread recipe. Normally this recipe makes 2 loaves. It's a double recipe, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in these 2 pans. I got these from Pampered Chef. They're really cool. This is a mini bundt pan and it comes out so cute. And then this is a brownie pan, and I use it for everything else. I haven't even made it brownies in it yet, but it's perfect. So I'm going to set it over here to save that for when we need it. Now I want to let you know one of the things that I like to do, because I work during the week. I love to bake and I love to cook, but I have to pre-prep a lot of things so that I can, you know, especially during the holidays, I still have to work, but I want to bake. And I'm sending baked items to people in Texas, to my family in Texas. So, what I like to do is I take all of the dry ingredients and I put it inside of a Ziploc bag, and I'll mark it what it is. And then what I do is, when I am done throwing it in, I close it with air inside of it, and I hold the sealed top, and I shake, 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 and more shake. And then it is really well incorporated. And then I can, depending on how long I want to store it, hello kitty, I will either stick it in the freezer, the refrigerator, or just leave it on the counter. So that's what I do, and that's what I'm going to use for today. And this is for the double batch of gluten-free pumpkin bread. So what I have in here is, let me see, I have 3.5 cups of gluten-free flour. What it contains is 2.5 cups of a gluten-free flour mix, like Bob's Red Mill or 1-to-1, something like that. That's fine. And the other one I have is 1 cup of almond flour. I have a fine ground almond flour right here. Super fine almond flour right here. You want to use something that says flour that's really fine, and don't use almond meal because it's going to come out not nice and fluffy, that's for sure. So the other things that I have inside here are 2 teaspoons of baking soda. I have 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Hold my paper up, sorry. 2 teaspoons of salt. I have 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of cloves, 1 teaspoon of nutmeg. One idea that I got from Tara Kellum at Living on a Dime was to add allspice, and it really makes a nice flavor. And I have 1 teaspoon of ginger. That's it for the dry ingredients. Okay, so what I'm going to be adding into the pan right now, my alarm system's going off if you can hear it. This is like a daily thing around here. Excuse me. Lucy! Hush! Excuse me. Okay, so, oh my goodness, that was not a good idea. More light. We need more light. Alright, so, okay, let's get moving. The dog distracted me. Naughty girl. Shh. So, the first thing that we're going to add into this pan is 3 cups of sugar. So I have 3 cups of sugar in here. I'm going to throw that in here. The next thing I'm going to add is my eggs. For gluten-free, I always add an extra egg. So this one calls for 5 eggs. Oop. Oh, I'm better with the eggs. Oh. So. This pan's wiggly, so it just doesn't. Let me see. go. Excuse me, I'm going to grab a towel. I got it over here. Okay. Now the next thing that it calls for, it has the 1 cup of oil. Yeah, 1 cup of oil. And I have olive oil. You know, most of the time I like to use coconut oil in my cooking, but when I'm doing mass baking like this right now, the coconut oil takes a little bit more time. Sometimes it's because I want to melt it, or I have to, you know, put water in here and bring it up to the amount, or, you know, it's just like more, takes more to use the coconut oil. It's better for you, but this one's organic olive oil, and it's really good for you as well. So I'm using this. So the next thing I'm going to do is real quick, I'm going to incorporate these with the mixer. That shouldn't take that long. And then I'm going to talk to you about the pumpkin. So let me get this done. So I'm just mainly wanting to get this creamed and incorporated. It's just mixed through because it's not like with cookies and you have to do the sugar and the oil together first, and then, yeah, this is just fine because it's going to, see, my alarm system's going to keep going off. I'm going to put the collar on you, girl. You better stop it. Alright, so I'm going to hang these over here. The next thing that I'm going to tell you about is my pumpkin, okay? Now the recipe calls for 2 cups of pumpkin. You can, when I'm cooking my own pumpkin, and I'll measure out the pumpkin and put 2 cups in the freezer after I cook it and everything. But when I'm using canned pumpkin, so I think the powers that be think, alright, if we just put a little bit less in here, they have to use 2 cans. No, I don't. Alright, so this 1 can of pumpkin here, I'll show you real quick, if I can show you. It is 15 ounces, okay? If we know our math, most of us know, that 15 ounces is 1 ounce shy of 2 cups. 16 ounces is 2 cups. 8 ounces is 1 cup. 16 ounces is 2 cups. So they give me 1 ounce shy, and they're like, oh, she'll just buy another can. No, actually I have a whole bunch of cans right now, but this one here is what I'm just going to use this 15 ounce can. You don't need, 1 ounce is not going to make a difference. So just going to let you know right now, 1 ounce is not going to make a difference. 15 ounces is just fine. And I'm going to get this opened. I have a really weird can opener. For some reason it will not work the other way, but if I do it the way where it takes it off on a clean edge, it works just fine. Hold on. There we go. Hold on 2 seconds. I'm sorry, I forgot to grab my scraper. There's always something I forget. Always, always, always. Get the pumpkin in here. So I do like to scrape as much of it out since I am 1 ounce shy. And then recycle. Some recycle. Okay, so I'm going to mix this through real quick. Okay, now the next part I'm going to add my flour. For the sake of time, I'm going to come back to you after the flour is added, because I haven't figured out how to make it go fast, speed up or whatever through the video, and I don't have that option in my editing, and I can't do it in YouTube, so we're going to go ahead and come back. I'll see you in a moment. Okay guys, so I made one quick mistake. I forgot to tell you to add water. There's 2/3 cup of water. I accidentally wrote it down at the bottom for some reason. So there's 2/3 cup of water. I already added that. And I've mixed the flour through. And then for the final step, we're going to add 1 cup of dried, you can do raisins or craisins. Many years I've done the craisins. But this year, I'm doing some dried blueberries. I did this last time, and they were a big hit. So I'm going to do 1 cup of dried blueberries. This is my half cup measurement. And then I have been totally into pecans right now, so I'm doing pecans for the nuts. And I get no complaints about that either. So I'll incorporate that real quick here. And that one's quick and easy. So now I'm going to set this over here like this. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees, and I'm going to put it in my mini bunt pan. Of course, I forgot that too, the spoon. Some kind of spoon to scoop it out. It's helpful. I want a big one. There it is. Okay. So, now normally you're going to want to oil and flour your pans, but these are non-stick, so I don't need to do that. So I'll get them in here. Trying to make as little mess as possible, because that is kind of the story of my life, really. I am messy. I'm lucky if I don't wear it. Okay, so after I get these filled, I'll pop them in the oven, and I'll come back to you and show you the finished product. There we go. Okay, I made a mistake. The mini bunt pan is supposed to be greased and floured. I have only used it once before, and I completely forgot, because the brownie pan doesn't have to be greased and floured, and they turned out perfect. But so I ended up losing 5 of the bunts in this bag right here. I'm kind of bummed about it, but that's okay. I did grease and flour it, and I have a new bunch in there right now. There's 6 of them. And one of them did turn out okay, see? So it looks really, really nice. And I'm not going to put icing on it or anything like that. I'm just going to send it like that. If they want icing, they can add that. And then I threw in the brownie pan with these. Aren't they cute? I love them. I love this pan. I think I'm going to get another one. So that's it. The complete recipe will be at the end of the video. Please comment below, or if you have any questions, I will be checking. And like, share, and subscribe. Love you guys.